I'm Henry Frederick, and I have an internet newspaper in New Smyrna Beach called
You're the
Headline.
gentleman I spoke to?
Yes.
Okay.
Called Headline Surfer, headlinesurfer.com. It was originally nsbnews.net, and we average about 15,000 unique visitors a day throughout Central Florida. Us, the Daytona News Journal, and the Orlando Sentinel are in Google News directories every day. And if you allow it, this will be our 11th, 12th, and 13th debates between the primary and the general election. We just did 3 in Oak Hill a couple weeks ago for county chair, District 3 county, and Oak Hill mayor. And the races we're looking to do here in the next couple of weeks, depending on a schedule I can work out with City Manager Parker, is the first debate would be Port Orange District 3 challenger Drew Baskin and Councilman Pullman. And Dave Hood, who I saw out in the hallway, is excited to know that he'll get some attention on POG TV. And his opponent, Christine Spencer Kephart, she's raring to go. And of course, Nancy Epps and Josh Wagner, who would be your representative on the county council. They're both very excited about this debate. What it is I moderate. My wife, Sarah, shoots the video. It's very professionally done. Each debate's about a half an hour. There's no gotchas. If you can't answer the basic questions, you shouldn't be running for office. And we encourage audience participation for about 5 or 10 minutes. And then we put them online, and they're very popular. People see them. It sparks their own interest in what the local debate is for the elections. And we think, because this is a presidential election year and times are pretty tough, nationally and around the world, that it's good to have the local. And City Manager Parker and I were talking about, in the past it's been like a Chamber of Commerce type meet and greet, but this is a media style debate, very formal, and I think it's good for the residents to get a feel for who the candidates are and what they represent. And so I'm excited about the prospect.
Okay.
And I ask for your opportunity to have these debates here at City Hall.
Ken, I think you responded in, it would be back to the methodology and agreement of council and...
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. In the past, the Chamber of Commerce, as you all know, y'all been in their program, and before that is the Port Orange Coalition that did these types of events. Normally, they focused at the primary, the first election, and not during the second election. And that's because most of the time there has not been a second election in Port Orange. And this year it is different. And there is contested races in the county council and so forth. If the council so chooses to grant that, the right to use the council chamber, Henry and I have talked about that we would then broadcast it live. In addition to what he does on his website, it would be then available for residents to see on POG TV, and also they can stream it off on our website too.
Comments, Chief?
Yeah, I'm strongly in favor of it.
Thank you.
In a democracy, the more information you can provide to the citizens, especially in a community like Port Orange, where we don't have dedicated media resources and we only have limitations. I think this is a wonderful opportunity, and I think the more we can get different people's message, or to quote our mayor, help our people get to know the candidates, the better it is for the community, for the candidates, and everyone. It's a win-win.
Don, Chief?
I couldn't agree more either. I think as we get closer and closer to November, our focus gets to be more national, and we forget that there are a lot of other issues on the ballots, whether it be the amendments, which are thoroughly confusing as the way they printed them up in the paper the other day. Our local elections get lost in that, and I think it cannot hurt for people to take time out for just one day to give that the proper due, so that they can learn more about the candidates, and then they can get on with learning about the other things and the other things they need to do in life. But this election is going to get swallowed up in the national one if we don't do something to help provide that information to our voters who really do care.
Well, of course, I wholeheartedly support the efforts to have a a debate, hopefully not with pre-prepared questions, hopefully it'll be.
It's very spontaneous and it's
Extemporaneous,
traditional.
hopefully. My question to you is, will it, is this individual
I will,
debates, or are you going to do all three of these at the same time?
I think it's too chaotic
Right.
in terms of having three distinct races.
Correct.
Especially one's partisan, one's at the county level.
Correct.
And I didn't want to be disrespectful to the city level. I thought your race is important to start off with.
Absolutely.
To set the tone.
Absolutely.
Obviously, the most time will be devoted to the the county council race, given that that one was so close the last time.
Okay.
I'm looking at 30 minutes for each of them,
Okay.
and possibly 45 for the signature debate, if you want to call it that.
Are they all on the same night?
Yes,
So so you're talking about a couple hours of.
yeah, we're talking starting at 6 o'clock, and by, let's see, 6, 6:30, 7, before 8 o'clock, we're out the door.
Sounds good to me. Good.
I agree. I think, the most important thing that we could do is have an informed electorate. And, the citizens get the opportunity to see this is it's something that they don't very often. So I think it's a great idea. I think that
Okay. We good? Ken, you gonna work with them?
We'll work with you to get the right things.
Mayor, what I will do is, you'll be able to see in the next, I'll give everybody a card, I'll leave it with the city manager. You'll be able to see the Oak Hill mayoral debate tomorrow, District 3 the next day, and then the county chair debate that we had in Oak Hill after that, to give you a flavor for what to expect. Like I said, they're very respectful, there's no cheering, it's not rowdy, it's not gotcha, it's not embarrassing. And because, like I said, one of the races is partisan, I'd like to keep them, I think there's a delineation of municipal, county, and state in this regard.